A woman waits for her husband to fix the car when she suddenly hears someone calling her from the back seat. But when the woman turns to look, she sees nothing. Only a doll sits on the seat. Thinking she misheard, the woman looks out the car window and notices the cemetery gates nearby have somehow opened. A few pale-faced figures stand there, staring at her, and more people begin to gather around. At that moment, her husband finishes fixing the car, and as he closes the hood, the woman becomes frozen with fear. Thankfully, Ed reacts quickly and avoids the oncoming truck. The Warrens understand clearly that it is that doll in the car that is behind this sinister occurrence. They rush back home, place the doll inside a storage room, and lock it inside a glass case. It's said this glass case came from a church and is sacred, capable of suppressing any evil presence. The next day, Ed and Lorraine leave to handle an out-of-town paranormal case. Since their daughter Judy needs care, they hire Mary as her babysitter. Mary's friend Daniela also comes along. She's fascinated by the supernatural. A year ago, Daniela accidentally killed her own father while driving drunk. This incident hit Daniela hard, and she wants to see if Judy has any spiritual artifacts at home. She wants to explain to her father and say, "Sorry, tonight is Judy's 12th birthday," so Mary takes her shopping for food and decorations. Mary warns Daniela not to touch anything and to watch the cake baking in the oven. But once Mary and Judy leave, Daniela goes straight to the storage room door. Ignoring the Warrens' warning sign, she pulls the handle, but two heavy locks keep it shut. Daniela finds the keys in a study. She unlocks the storage room, revealing an array of strange objects. All share one trait: they're cursed by dark forces and extremely dangerous. After searching, Daniela finds nothing helpful. An ancient wedding dress, a creepy doll, nothing she needs. She dismisses the Warrens' collection as overrated, but as she turns to leave, a heavy thud stops her. She follows the sound and sees the doll's head pressed against the glass. Daniela hurries over, wondering if a spirit is manifesting. Seeing the "do not open" warning on the glass, she hesitates but unlocks it anyway. She picks up the doll, inspecting it closely. It seems ordinary, like any other toy. Suddenly, the smoke alarm blares. Daniela suddenly remembers the cake is still baking in the oven and knows it must be burning by now. In a moment of panic, she hurriedly shut the door of the glass box but forgot to lock it. Seizing the chance, the doll slams against the glass, forcing it open. When Mary and Judy return, they find the cake ruined and order a new one. Just after Mary hangs up, someone knocks at the door. When she opens it, she finds a little girl standing there who says, "Is Annabelle home? I want to play with her." Mary had never heard that name before, so she told the girl that she must be in the wrong place. The girl insists, "She's here, behind you." Startled, Mary turns, but no one's there. When she looks back, the girl has vanished. The group then heads outside to enjoy the sun and chat. Suddenly, Daniela spots something. She stares. It's her father, watching them from a window. Daniela runs inside, but he's gone. She frantically yanked at the storage room door and then ran to the office to grab the key. Mary quickly stops her, saying that this is not their house and it would be best to keep a low profile. Meanwhile, Judy noticed something was off. She saw a figure in a wedding dress flash past her upstairs. Curious, she follows. Judy pushes open a door and finds the doll sitting on a rocking chair. Judy feels puzzled. How did the doll end up here? But when she steps inside, the doll has vanished. Under the bed, she finds a note. "Long time no see. Miss me?" Before she can react, violent banging erupts from the closet. Mary rushes in to find Judy crouched in a corner, clutching a cross and reciting scripture. Mary asks what happened and why the room is a mess. Judy reveals that she's very frightened. She can see spirits just like her mother, Lorraine. Mary comforts her. Spirits were once people too. Not everyone you meet is bad. They can be good or evil. Soon night falls and Judy is sitting in the living room watching TV. Suddenly she notices the remote control that was on the coffee table has fallen to the floor, so she bends down to pick it up. Unexpectedly, she catches sight of the doll behind the sofa. Just as Judy leans over to see what's going on, the lights in the living room abruptly go out, and a singing voice fills the air. It's Mary and Daniela with a birthday cake. After they finish the cake and play some games, it's time for everyone to head home. Daniela asks to stay over, but Mary fears she'll cause trouble and insists she leave. Daniela doesn't leave. She steals Judy's house keys and sneaks back in through the rear. Passing the storage room, she hears the door creak open by itself. Without thinking twice, Daniela hurriedly enters, determined to find a ghost tonight. A chair in the corner begins rocking violently on its own. As Daniela's attention is drawn to the movement, a man suddenly rushes past her, followed by a heavy slamming sound. When Daniela rushes over, she finds the door has already locked shut. At the same time, she hears someone playing the piano inside the house. The melody is all too familiar. It's the same tune her father used to play for her every day, dropping in front of the piano. Daniela responds with her own playing. As she continued to play, a large hand reached out and began playing along with her. She looked up and discovered that the person was indeed her own father. Daniela was incredibly excited, and her father smiled at her warmly. But the next moment, meanwhile, upstairs, Mary is reading a story to Judy to help her fall asleep. As she tucks Judy in and prepares to leave, she notices a strange doll lying by the bedside. Mary assumes it's Judy's toy and doesn't think much of it. After that, Mary sits downstairs watching TV, but in her daze, she thinks she hears a voice saying that after someone dies, 2 silver coins should be placed on their eyes to pay the ferryman. She traces the voice to the study, where an old recorder plays the Warrens' exorcism tapes. Mary shuts it off. Coins suddenly clatter outside the door. Mary follows the sound, flashlight in hand. With each step, a coin rolls toward her as if guiding her. Suddenly, several coffins appeared behind Mary, and a figure wearing a hood with a light stood there. Fortunately, in the moment Mary was being dragged away, she managed to grab the flashlight, and the demon vanished with the light. Judy, in bed, feels something tug at her. She scans the room. Her blanket bulges as if someone's underneath. Judy lifted the blanket and saw the doll lying on her, and then a girl rushed toward her. Terrified, Judy hurls the doll aside. It smashes into a colored lamp. In the light of the lamp, Annabelle appeared even more sinister and terrifying. Judy and Mary, scared, quickly ran to the door, but everywhere they went was sealed off by the demon, trapping them in the house. Mary picks up the phone and calls Judy's mother, saying, "Something strange is happening in the house. Judy and I are trapped inside. Please, Lorraine, think of a way to help us." But Lorraine replies, "You need to give Annabelle a soul," her tone sounding very strange. Judy realizes this isn't her mother at all. It's that demon. Cut to Daniela sitting in the storage room, crying bitterly. An alarm clock beside her suddenly rings, and Daniela reaches out to touch it. But thankfully, Judy arrives just in time and shouts to stop her. They ask Daniela what exactly happened here. Daniela says she released the doll from the cabinet and touched everything in the storage room. While they were fleeing, Mary, overwhelmed by panic, had an asthma attack and couldn't breathe. Seeing Mary suffocating, Judy urgently runs outside to the car to get her inhaler. Daniela was scared being alone, wanting to go with Judy, but just as she took a few steps, she was called back by a noise behind her. A bride in a wedding dress, wielding a large knife, approaches her, then stabs Daniela in the abdomen. Yet when Daniela falls to the ground, her stomach shows no wound. The demon bride spews a large amount of unknown black liquid into Daniela's mouth, signifying that Daniela has now been possessed by the demon. Meanwhile, Judy retrieves the inhaler and quickly hands it to Mary. Mary asks Judy how Daniela had disappeared. As they wonder, Daniela's voice suddenly cries out from upstairs, sobbing and begging them to come save her. Hearing this, Judy immediately stops Mary, saying, "That's not Daniela. She's being controlled by something. I can feel it." Judy says what they must do now is find Annabelle and lock it back in its case. At that moment, Judy sees an old man standing opposite them. She remembers he is a scholar enshrined at their school. Following this old man's guidance, they arrive at the study from earlier. And indeed, inside the study, they find Annabelle sitting in a small closet opposite them. Mary tries to run over and grab it, but the door quickly slams shut. When they unlock the door again, a different scene appears inside. Many people lie in coffins with 2 coins placed on their eyes. Judy had no idea what it meant and quickly started praying for Mary from outside. As Mary ventures deeper inside, the door behind her automatically closes, plunging the surroundings into complete darkness where she couldn't see her own hand before her face. Fortunately, she soon reaches the end of the hallway and finds Annabelle clutched in the arms of a dead woman. Mary was shocked. Even though the woman had 2 coins on her eyes, she recognized her as herself. She doesn't hesitate. She quickly reaches in and grabs the doll. As the corpse screams at Mary, Annabelle is thrown out from within the room. Judy sees this, grabs the doll, and rushes toward the storage room, but Daniela blocks her path. No matter how Judy pleads, Daniela still raises the knife to kill her. At the moment the blade falls, Mary charges toward Daniela. They struggle, wrestling for the knife, but it's clear Mary is no match for the possessed Daniela. At the critical moment, Judy plays her father's old exorcism recording, banishing the ghost bride from Daniela's body. Then Judy races against time into the storage room. But as she opens the cabinet, the demon within Annabelle instantly stops her. The demon lifts Judy into the air by her throat and begins draining her soul. Struggling, Judy reaches for a cross nearby, but it's a bit too far. She needs more time to grab it. Mary arrives just in time and interrupts the demon. As the demon turns toward her, Judy burns it with the cross. Judy tells Mary to lock Annabelle away while she provides cover from behind with the cross. But even with the doll placed inside, Mary can't close the glass door immediately, as the demon resists her with unseen force from afar. Thankfully, Daniela arrives just in time to help Mary, and together they manage to shut the glass door. Peace finally returns to the house. The next day, the Warrens, back home, throw a birthday party for Judy. Midway through the party, Lorraine calls Daniela into the storage room. She says, "Your father told me he misses you very much. He wants you to stop blaming yourself for the past, because it wasn't your fault. He hopes you live happily every day." After hearing Lorraine's words, Daniela finally opens her heart, and they hold each other tightly in an embrace. The film ends here.